Hey everyone, what is going on? And welcome to another Rose Cup Battle video. I was originally planning on doing a Go Battle League video because it did drop while I was at work, but unfortunately I guess they had server issues or something and they pulled the whole thing, so it's gonna be back, who knows, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe 2 days from now. I don't know when it's coming back, but you bet we're gonna be doing Go Battle League. We're going to be covering that extensively as well as continuing with Rose Cup battles. We're not pushing Sylph aside or anything, we're still going to be doing it. I'm just really hyped for Go Battle League. So let's go ahead and take a look at my opponent's team. He does have Wigglytuff, Sableye, Magneton, Skarmory, Steelix, and Blaziken, and I have Charizard, Spiritomb, Steelix, Machamp, Skarmory, and Clefable. So I am trying out Spiritomb for this video, and Spiritomb is an interesting Pokemon. Before the Fairy type was released in Generation 6, it actually didn't have any weaknesses. You know, it was neutral to Pokemon, but it wasn't weak to anything. It is weak to Fairy now, right? Because Dark type's going to be weak to Fairy, so you do have to watch out for that. We do have Charm users in this cup, which are really deadly to Spiritomb, so you definitely have to watch out for that. You know, but it's a pretty interesting Pokemon. It was definitely a lot of fun to use. I don't think I'm ultimately going to use it on my final team, but it was definitely fun to use. And we've tried this Pokemon before in the Nightmare Cup. We tried it in other cups where it was eligible, and it was definitely a lot of fun. I think I used it in, I want to say the Sinister Cup. I didn't use it on my actual tournament team, but I think I had it for practice battles, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, we have Sucker Punch. What is it? Ominous Wind and Sucker Punch, Ominous Wind, and Shadow Ball, I think, and it does a lot of damage when it does hit. Charges up really fast as well. So Spiritomb, definitely a fun Pokemon. Definitely a Pokemon that I don't know how common it's going to be, but it was pretty interesting. So as you can see, we do have that Ominous Wind and Shadow Ball right now. So we're going to go ahead and go straight for that Ominous Wind. Actually, we go straight for the Shadow Ball, excuse me. But he comes in and knocks me out. We could have went for the Ominous Wind, but it wouldn't have mattered at the end of the day. I do come in with the Earthquake. I thought that was going to knock it out. It doesn't. And he's actually able to get to a charge move. And he's going to be able to knock out my Steelix with Ice Beam. So I thought I had that one. Dragon Tail obviously is not doing much to Wigglytuff. I might want to try a Thunderfang Steelix. I think that might be pretty good for this cup. That perhaps might be for another video, but think about it. It's going to be super effective against Charizard, against Skarmory, so perhaps for another video. But anyway, we do get the lead. He's going to switch out into Wigglytuff. We try to switch, it doesn't go through, but we're able to switch finally, so I do have my Skarmory right now against this Wigglytuff. We could just basically farm this Pokemon. I don't think I farm it down because we don't want to take too much damage, right? Because look at that, the Ice Beam is still doing a lot of damage to us, and the damage from Charm, even though we resist it, it still adds up because it's a powerful move. So he does block that, and I'm okay because I'm going to go ahead and go for another Sky Attack. Maybe he didn't realize I charged up energy, but either way, he uses both shields, and because he used both shields, he's actually able to win that battle. But again, I'm okay with it. I'm going to bring in Clefable so we can feint him. Don't want to bring in Spiritomb. He does bring in his Steelix. I am going to go ahead and switch out. He switches out immediately into Sableye, and he is out of shields, so one Shadow Ball, obviously not going to be shielded. This is going to knock out the Sableye, or at least it should. As it does, you can see how much Spiritomb is doing, so now he has a Steelix. We still have two shields. I believe I would have lived this crunch, but it would have done, we would have been low. Maybe I think I would have, I don't know, but either way, we do get to the Shadow Ball. I wasn't sure if this would knock it out, honestly, it doesn't, but it does do a decent amount of damage. Sucker Punch is definitely an interesting move. It's a fun move to use, I like it. We're going to go ahead and shield that one up. And we're going to get to an Ominous Wind. Probably could have just fainted him down with Sucker Punch, but we will go for that Ominous Wind, and we will be able to take that Steelix. So we do go ahead and win that one. So, very good game. And as I said, I think I said it earlier, thank you for these battles. I really do appreciate them. I always appreciate when people reach out who I'm ultra and best friends with, asking for battles. So I'm going to lead with my Charizard, and he does lead with his Sableye. So this is, well, at least this could be problematic for us because I know Sableye has Power Gem, which is easily going to knock out my Charizard. So I do bluff with the Dragon Claw, and it does work. I tried to switch there, but it was a CMP tie, so the switch was not going to go through. I do successfully block that Power Gem. And we're just taking a lot of damage because of how squishy Charizard is. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the Dragon Claw, trying to take his last shield. He will shield that up. And again, it's a CMP tie, so he's going to go ahead and go for his charge move. It will be a foul play. That will be enough to knock us out. That's totally fine. I bring in my Sableye. He is out of shield, so we are up 1 shield. I am trying to farm him down. He does get to his charge move. So I'm just going to go ahead and let it go through. It is going to be Power Gem. That does a lot to us. And then he switches into Steelix, and I lag a little bit, but we're still able to get off a Shadow Ball, which is always nice. Because Steelix is a wall, it's going to be able to take it, but we still do a decent amount of damage. I do switch in my Steelix, and we do get to the crunch. He is going to get off his charge move right now, and I do go ahead and allow it to go through. It is going to be a crunch, so that's good for us. I do go for a crunch of my own because I was... maybe I should have went for the Earthquake. We could have knocked it out. We could have charged up. But I wanted to try and farm him down. But I make a mistake. And the reason I make a mistake is because I don't shield this. And it's going to be an Earthquake. I didn't think he had enough for an Earthquake. I only thought he had enough for a crunch. So I guess I miscounted. And that's fine. He's going to go ahead and win that one. I believe if we could have won that game if we did correctly shield that Earthquake. I just didn't think he had enough, but I was wrong, and that's okay. So I do lead with my Clefable against his Blaziken, so he is part fighting. He's going to get out of there into his Skarmory, so we're going to get into our Steelix, and Steelix is a pretty good wall against Skarmory. You still have to watch out for Flash Cannon, I guess, which it's still not going to do. It's not going to do that much, I don't think. Sky Attack we're able to take, and we're going to go ahead and go for a Crunch against this Skarmory, trying to get whatever damage off we can. He's going to get off another Sky Attack, so I'm just going to allow it to go through. Steelix will be resisting those Sky Attacks, so that's fine. We're charging up extra energy, and we do get off a Crunch right now. And this Crunch is not going to be enough to knock out the Skarmory, but that's fine. And he actually switches into Blaziken, so I do go for the Earthquake. I was hoping he would think it was a Crunch. Let's see if he does. If this goes on shield, it's going to knock him out. He does shield it, so he did make a correct play there. But we do have our Clefable in the back, just ready to charm this thing down. He does get off his charge move. Going to be a Blast Burn or Blaze Kick. It is a Blast Burn, so luckily we did shield that. And I believe I could just successfully, feint him down. He might have been at a Blaze Kick, but we were able to farm him down. Now he does bring in his Skarmory, and I'm just going to allow the Sky Attack to go through. We do live it, and we're going to be able to knock out Skarmory. And now I go ahead and go for my Charge Attack. Really wasn't expecting a shield. Let's see if he does decide to shield. He does not. So I do switch into my Spiritomb, the one with Sucker Punch, and I am going to go ahead and go for the Ominous Wind to try and take his last shield. He does not shield, so not shielding, he was probably counting. I should have charged up for the Shadow Ball, but that's okay. We do shield that Earthquake, and I am just going to go ahead and charge up to the Shadow Ball. Right now, it doesn't matter if I charge up to the Shadow Ball. He has to shield this even if he thinks it's an Ominous Wind, because that would have knocked him out. But either way, we do a lot of damage to him. He's very weak. Now he hits us with an Earthquake. Gonna knock out Spiritomb, but Clefable is able to come in and win literally 1 HP. I mean, you could thank the fact that was a Dragon Tail variant, right? Because we're gonna not be taking much damage at all from Dragon Tail. So, for the next match, I lead with Spiritomb, and he leads with his Skarmory. So I think I just decided to stay in. I do charge up, continue to charge up to a Shadow Ball. He will get off his charge attack. You can see how fast we get to the Ominous Wind and the Shadow Ball. Pretty fast. So I do go ahead and go for a charge attack. Let's see if I go for Ominous Wind or if I decide to go for Shadow Ball. It is going to be Ominous Wind. So we do take the shield, so that's good. Trying to get to another one. We are able to get to another one. So Ominous Wind also has an extra bonus in the fact that it could give you a buff. Not my case in these battles, but it could. So we bring in Charizard right now, and I'm just going to farm this down with Fire Spin. I do go ahead and shield this Sky Attack because that would have done a lot to us. Charizard is super squishy, and he doesn't get to another Charge Attack, which is good for us. So we have energy in the bank with Charizard. You guys know how good Charizard is for this cup. I made a video of Charizard, so he does bring in Steelix. I go straight for the Blast Burn. I was thinking, well, maybe he would think it was a bluff, and maybe he wouldn't shield, and wow, he does not shield, so that's amazing for us. If I went for that Dragon Claw, that would have been bad for us, so I do call that one correctly, knocking out that Steelix with Charizard. So he does bring in his Sableye. Right now, I was expecting the shield. Even if he doesn't shield, this is still okay, but he actually doesn't, so nice call on that end. I'm going to go for another Dragon Claw. I'm figuring, okay, he has to shield this one, even if he thinks it's a Dragon Claw. He does not shield that, guys. So, really strong plays coming from my opponent, not shielding those attacks. I'm going to go ahead and shield this foul play. We'll definitely be making a video of Sableye, because Sableye is a really good Pokemon for this cup. So we do go ahead and win that one. Thanks to that Blast Burn going off against that Steelix. We may have won anyway, but that was really good for us. So the next game, my Spiritomb versus his Magneton, which I'm assuming is the Legacy moveset. He does go ahead and get off his charge attack. I am going to go and allow it. So it is going to be a Magnet Bomb. That's fine. That does a lot of damage. Yeah, that's fine. Not so much. So we do get off an Ominous Wind, and that will do a lot to that Magneton, and we actually do feint it because it's super squishy. So Magneton does dish out a lot of damage if you saw my Magneton video, but it also takes a lot of damage as well. So I bring in my Skarmory against his Wigglytuff. He does switch into Sableye. That was actually a blind switch on my end, but that was fine. Now notice how he still has 2 shields, so kind of getting worried, right? I mean, we have to try and take those shields. So I am just charging up, and I do go for the Dragon Claw, hoping that he would at least give up a shield. He does. So we do take one. We go for another Dragon Claw, so maybe we could take another one. Maybe we can, maybe we can't, and we can. So we do take both of his shields, so that's good for us. He will get off a charge move. I am going to go ahead and shield. There will be that foul play. That would have been enough to take out Charizard as well. And I am going to go ahead and I could have went for the Dragon Claw. I was trying to farm him down. I don't know. I should have went for the Dragon Claw because obviously I couldn't have farmed him down, but I don't know, I kind of got a little bit greedy, but that's okay. And now he brings in Wigglytuff, and this Flash Cannon should be enough to knock it out. Definitely enough. And that will be it for this one, guys. I will see you in the next video. Have a good day, as always. Bye. Thank you so much for checking out my latest video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter. If you like this video, check out one of my other videos that you'll probably enjoy.